we're not going to be coming out of this quickly. What we've seen around the world is when you've had long lockdowns and you start to open up, if you open up too fast, you just get a very rapid resurgence of COVID-19, and you end up in the situation that Europe finds itself in now, going into a very long winter with extremely high cases, ones that really can't be managed with contact tracing, necessitating really lockdowns throughout Europe.
And what had to happen, what criteria had to be fulfilled for that lockdown to be lifted?
Well, so they had a roadmap that was very stringent. So they had to get to a rolling average of less than 5 cases per day for 14 days. So, over the entire course of the 14 days, very few cases per day, and a very low number of mystery cases, so that there was good evidence that there wasn't a lot of COVID in the community. Still, we are getting occasional cases that don't have a obvious provenance, that we don't know where they came from, but that is very low right now. So we're starting to have a low risk of contracting COVID if we go to things like restaurants, but we are focusing mainly on outdoor activities because that is where the risk is lowest.
There were some fairly serious mistakes made at the beginning in Australia, particularly when it came to sort of breaches in quarantines. To what extent do you think the country has learned from some of those mistakes and adapted as we go on? And does that leave you in a better position now?
We're in a much better position now in terms of our ability to contact trace. We have a much larger workforce in terms of the contact tracers and have a lot more knowledge, information, and better computer systems. It's unfortunate that it took this long into the pandemic to get our act together, but our act is now together. So I'm confident, as confident as you can be. There's a lot of, it is very, very contagious. It is an airborne virus. It's very difficult to protect yourself against because you spread it before you even know you have it. So very, very challenging to get it under control. And it's very also hard to put people back into lockdown. So if we get in trouble again in Melbourne, it's going to, just as you're seeing in Europe, it's going to be very hard to get people to go back to their homes after all the time that we've been spending there. So I think that our government did a very good job in terms of getting us all to continue to abide by the rules to get us to this point. But they're going to have to be very careful about letting us out and very strict with respect to, the regulations and the contact tracing. Otherwise, there's going to be a lot of unrest if they try and get us back indoors again.